I go on X and the first thing I see is Santa being arrested. Oh man, Christmas is canceled. Speaking of Christmas, ho ho ho! Merry Christmas, everyone! It's time to talk about December slop. Welcome back. Today we're here to talk about the Game Awards. Specifically, there's three things I want to cover. Mainly the Game Awards itself, a certain guest star appearance from last year's Game Awards getting apparently sued, and the notion that apparently Baldur's Gate 3 is apparently garbage and Spider-Man 2 should have won. Let's talk about the main priority. Now, the Game Awards, I'll be honest with you, there were good parts that happened during the Game Awards. I'm okay, and for the record, I am not trying to, I'm trying to bend over for the Game Awards, try to suck them up. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to actually give a good, honest to God review of what I thought of it. I do think, yes, there were a lot more release. There were a lot more trailers than there was actual awards. That's true, actually, because there was an actual post by IGN that actually showed that there was a major majority in mostly just trailers and apparently celebrities showing up. But yeah, but there were still some good moments there were still some good moments in the Game Awards, like such as Christopher Judge you know, acknowledging his speech was so long, him also insulting Modern Warfare's fucking short ass campaign, which apparently they're just pissed off about. And that's kind of it, really. Now, there were still some good moments, and the releases we got, they weren't that bad. Or the trailers we had. Like, we got God of War, a new Monster Hunter. It's all I can think of. I have to rewatch the Game Awards again to fucking remember everything. But yeah, it did feel like the awards were being rushed out a bit. Taking a look at last year's Game Awards, even during the pre-show, there were still people that came up to actually grab the awards. I think I could remember, like, maybe there was like one or two instances of people coming to grab awards. When during the pre-show, there was like a few people in last year's Game Awards, there were still a lot of people grabbing the awards still and like making their speech and stuff. Yeah, it did feel like things were getting a bit rushed. And I think it had to compensate for the whole last year's Christopher Judge thing. It might be because of that. I don't know. I'm trying to pull on the thinker's hat right now. But it could be because of that, but I doubt it could be. Because despite the fact Christopher Judge's speech was like fucking 3 hours or some shit, I still think that can't be the reason why. That can't be the reason why. But my brains tell me maybe it might be the reason. So, but I think next year they should really try to actually balance it out. And maybe it's because maybe it's because a lot of people bought a spot to be put on the Game Awards, which might also explain why. Because I mean, it's the Game Awards. It's a place where most people are gonna go to watch people get their awards and also fucking and see the newest release of games. Which I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, I would love to know instead of just, I don't know, looking on Twitter or going on YouTube to see a reveal. I would love to like actually watch a show that actually shows a bunch of reveals coming up. And sure, maybe most of these game reveals aren't gonna be a banger or gonna be people just saying, "Oh, trash, not worth it" or some shit. But either way, it's a way to actually try and you got to think you got to think in the mind of these developers. They're trying to think of the best way to actually promote their game. And sure, maybe this game's not gonna be a banger, but like I said, think in the mind of the developer. But to be fair, whenever I say that, people are gonna think I'm just some sympathy person. Anyways, yeah, no, I think next year they should try and balance it out more. Focus more on the awards because these are people that put time and effort into making these games, and that's how they earn the awards. So yeah, just balance it out next time. That's all, Jeff Keighley. And for those people who are saying that the Game Awards is something more than just some trashy thing to just get celebrities and suck up to people, that is technically true. I mean, that's how the industry works, sadly. But to be fair, at least it's good to know that we have something that like the Game Awards to, look forward to like see people win awards and shit. So long as they don't fuck it up. Because I mean, I just looked on Twitter. I looked on earlier. Apparently, E3 is now officially dead, which kind of was a long time coming. But yeah, so I'm glad the Game Awards still around. I hope it stays around for a while because I mean, I love to celebrate video games and to celebrate people that actually develop video games. Honestly. Anyways, moving on. Bill Clinton kid. So you all remember the Bill Clinton kid. He went on stage. He gave the award for Elden Ring to Bill Clinton. And he still has he made a response to ever the Bill Clinton kid? Nah. What awards actually? Yeah, he never actually responded to him. Yeah, what awards did Bill Clinton win? University of Princetonia. Oh, the doctors. I don't care. So, anyways, I sorry we're getting off track. So, real name Mathen Evan. who is mostly known for going around, previously known for mostly just showing up to big events and shouting out stuff like, I don't think it was Free Palestine. It was something about Hong Kong stuff. Yeah. Hang on, let me just. He's done stuff like that where he's basically gone to events and basically shed free Hong Kong, other stuff. And this is like before he actually got that drippy stuff, before he showed up at the Game Awards last year. He looked entirely different. And he's made his appearances in around media. I mean, he showed up to a few people's IRL streams. And it's honestly funny because this man is acting like he's like fucking Harry O'Brien. He just shows up out of nowhere. It's like it's honestly one of those. But anyways, he then showed up to he then made a post saying, or retweeting the Game Awards saying, "See you tomorrow, Geoff." And this is like, I was watching this during the Game Awards, and then he posted him being in the seating area of the Game Awards. And everyone just kind of, well, I mostly blew up because I posted it in chat. I'll show the clip right now. Wait! Oh my god! Guys,
what?
hang on. I'm gonna send you a tweet. I'm gonna send you something. Hang on. Check memes real quick. Look who's there!
Oh no. You're lying!
He's at the Game Awards!
Oh no. He's actually there!
That's kind of funny.
That's right. The finals is out tonight on Steam.
The walls of the tape.
He's
That's
like
fucking funny.
somewhere like right over there behind Geoff where he is.
Check out the Game Awards in
Anyways, a day later after the Game Awards, he then got a notice of trespassing. Now he's been apparently banned from the Game Awards. Which is also funny because I'm looking at the tweet right now, but literally the guy who announced the Game of the Year, he looks just like him for some reason. I can't tell if that was on purpose or not. But yeah, no. It says here, there's a notice that you are informed to not authorize or permit on Peacock Theater. This lifetime notice. You are further advised that if you enter the property listed above, property owners will pursue criminal charges through the LAPD. So yeah, although to be fair, everybody arguing that he didn't do anything wrong, which to be fair, yeah, he kind of didn't do anything wrong. All he did was just go see the award show. It's just the problem that, he kind of, it's not an easy way to say it, but I will be real with you. Yeah, he kind of did ruin the spotlight for the game Elden Ring because he did deserve the award last year. But the fact he showed off and tried teasing that the fact that he's going to do something, yeah, I don't think you should make those kinds of jokes either way, because that can actually result in consequences. It's like if you do like a school shooter thing. I shouldn't say that, but it's like if you do one of those depressing posts where it's like, bro, I'm gonna end it all tomorrow or something like that. It's kind of like those where people will actually take it seriously and try to get you help. With this, it was basically that, because people thought he was gonna actually do something that year. Which, to be fair, I honestly would have been. It's honestly disappointing that Geoff Keighley didn't take the advantage to actually like invite him on stage. Although you could technically say he did, but yeah, for real, it's probably best that they don't do that because, sponsors. All right, last thing to talk about: Spider-Man 2 was robbed, and the Game Awards are rigged. This is sounding like 2022's game. Wait. 2021's Game of the Year. Now, let me get my Spider-Man 2 copy. Hey, I'm gonna make the big statement right now. This is not a perfect game. Okay? Spider-Man 2, I'm gonna pull up the things for a quick second. Now, I'll be real with you, when it came to the Game Awards, or when it came to what happened with the voting happened, I'll be honest, I had a feeling that Spider-Man 2 wasn't going to win most of them. And the website just went 5-0. Okay, never mind. I'll be honest, I didn't think Spider-Man 2 was going to win Game of the Year. There's a lot of problems with it that just don't look. I just think in my opinion, Spider-Man 2 does not earn Game of the Year. I will admit, I loved the game when I played through it. I loved everything about this game and everything about it included into it. I do think, yes, stealth was kind of killed. Stealth was kind of nerfed and kind of ruined because of Webline. But I do think everything about the game, while good, it's very great. It was a great playthrough and everything. There are problems with it, like certain bugs. The pacing of the story was a little off, mainly around the end. And that's mostly it. And there's a lot of missing content that make the first two games a lot better. which is going to be patched out. When you compare it to Baldur's Gate 3, that game was completed, and they showed a good definition of, if you guys want to actually how to actually, release a game fully completed. Because the guys over there, Larian Studios, they managed to actually make a good game that's actually completed and doesn't need any further updates. I don't think there's going to be any further updates planned. I'm not sure. I don't know how to play Baldur's Gate 3. But yeah, they set the example, and they set a good example so much that other game developers started complaining about, saying, "Oh, don't expect us to make a game as good as Baldur's 3. This is not the new standard because we can't finish games." Look, I know game development's hard and everything. Like, hell, I can probably make anything at this point. But you're just pulling a fucking crybaby moment, literally. Okay, there's a quote that Moist Critical said before, which is basically, instead of just complaining and saying, we're not going to complete the standard, why not say something like, "Oh, Baldur's Gate 3 was amazing. This is a great inspiration for us to try and do better for our games." Instead of just fucking saying like, "Oh, this game's bad. This game's so good, but we're not going to try and do our best." That's just lowering your expectations of your audience who actually support your game studio and making them realize that, oh, you're not going to put that much effort into your games because you're going to try and actually finish it another time. Okay, that last part wasn't part of the thing I was trying to say, but you get the point. And okay, the categories, well, I think every other category for Spider-Man 2, I don't think I got beat out by Baldur's Gate 3, I'll be honest. Player's voice, I'm a little unsure. I mean, Yuri put a lot of emphasis into his voice, but to be fair, I don't know what the other guys sound like. I think it was some elf guy who did something, but for real. But yeah, no, in my opinion, I think Baldur's Gate 3 did enough to earn the Game of the Year title. I don't think it's rigged or anything. I think it's earned it, in my opinion. But yeah, no, people are probably not gonna agree with me on Twitter, so yeah. So that's kind of everything we need to talk about. Spider-Man 2 is a great game, but certainly not earning Game of the Year, in my opinion. Matt Evans is now being sued and can no longer show up to the Game Awards. And the Game Awards should probably balance things out with their awards and reveal trailers. Thanks for watching, I guess.